If you have heard it once, you have heard it 100 times. Pakistan has become a terror state. And why is that? Because its governments, all of them, have agreed on just one policy, that is how to use their army intelligence agency, ISI, as a mastermind for the export of terror to India through organizations like the Lashkar-e-Toiba and the Jaish-e-Mohammed. Moreover, the ISI created the Taliban in bases like Quetta and the northwest frontier, and over the last 3 decades, it has managed to seize the government in Kabul twice. Today, Pakistan is in a state of terror. It is being wounded and bled by the very monsters it helped create. Mosques are being attacked. There are random roadside explosions. Terrorists are even barging into police headquarters and showering bullets on the police officers while being dressed as the police themselves. That is the true terrible situation in Pakistan. So what really is happening? Terrorist monsters have now turned their guns upon their mentor. Because terrorists who were trained and funded by the terror state now want to take control of Pakistan, having taken over Afghanistan in the name of extremist faith supremacy. They now want to seize power in Islamabad and turn Pakistan into a full-fledged terror republic. And guess what? Their progress is pretty impressive. In the last month alone, terrorists managed to carry out 58 attacks in Pakistan. That, by the way, is 58 attacks in 28 days. On average, over 2 per day. Imagine that. A minimum of 2 terror attacks every single day. There were 22 attacks in Balochistan, 16 in the federally administered tribal areas, 13 in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, 4 terror attacks in Punjab, 3 in Sindh, with Karachi being hit. Basically, you are never safe in Pakistan. Terror can strike you just about anywhere and at any time. Some of these attacks make it to the headlines, like the suicide blast in Peshawar Mosque or the Karachi police headquarters attack. The other incidents simply do not. The Pakistani citizen, overwhelmed with the crises, just accepts arbitrary deaths as the new reality and moves on because terror, you see, has become Pakistan's reality. 63 people died in Pakistan in 28 days, courtesy terror attacks. 27 of them were civilians. 134 people were injured, courtesy terror attacks. And what is the government doing about this? Well, no surprises there. It is doing nothing. Not because it wants to do nothing, but because it cannot do anything. Who are behind these attacks? Well, a plethora of terror groups operating on Pakistani soil. The Lashkar-e-Toibas of the world. Continuing story, the new players being the Islamic State Khorasan and the TTP of Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. The TTP was once the ISI's blue-eyed boy, as long as it was obedient and killing those on the ISI's instruction list. We have told you about the TTP's origin a couple of times on this very show, and tonight warrants a repeat. You see, it grew alongside the Afghan Taliban between 2001 and 2021. It remained a marginal player as long as the Taliban had not taken Kabul. But now that the Taliban is in power in Afghanistan and can offer a safe sanctuary for its suicide killers, the TTP has launched the offensive to destroy the Pakistan state and take over the ruins and rebuild the quote-unquote Islamic state of its dreams. Today, the TTP is more powerful than it has ever been. The group has claimed large parts of territory in the western frontier regions of Pakistan. It has also announced a parallel government with cabinet ministers. The agency that tabulated the number of attacks, the Pakistan Institute of Conflict and Security Studies, had published a similar report at the end of January. That report said January 2023 was the deadliest month since July 2018. And the agency now says that the number of attacks in February was not just unmatched since 2018, but since 2015. Previously, the TTP's base and area of operations would be more or less concentrated in the provinces like Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, but that has been changing now. In February, there was actually a decline in terror attacks in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa for good reason. For TTP is already in control of large parts of territory there. The number of attacks went up in Punjab and Sindh. Terror groups are expanding their frontiers. And as for the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, it is reaping what it sowed. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.